My name is LP, Lynn Platow. I am the COO at Skipti. I run operations here. We power the circular economy. We power anything that needs to go out and come back. That's what our sweet spot is. So rentals, demos, repairs, anything that has to go out to a customer and come back, we schedule that and then deliver that. It's pretty seamless for our customer. They can click it on the phone and they choose their schedule when they want their item to arrive and we check in our inventory to see when it's available. When those match up, our item goes out, gets delivered to them. When they're done using it, it comes back to our retailer and it's pretty seamless. That way they don't have to own anything. We can live a little bit lighter that way. I think our inventory management system is one of its key features. Understanding which item went out, understanding when it went out, tracking that throughout the process helps us maintain the item. So if there's damage, if there's a problem, we know exactly when it happened, where it happened, and we're able to take that item out of rotation pretty immediately and get it maintained and then back on the floor. We have teams kind of all over the world, and everybody seems to know somebody else. And our CTO, Michael, heard about VOLO kind of through the grapevine, and we decided that it sounded like a very good fit for our team. You are very diverse, and it's exactly what we needed, especially at a time during our startup time when we didn't quite know what we needed exactly. So we had a recommendation through a mutual colleague, I think, and we started working together on a smaller scale and have grown the team with VOLO as needed, and now we have a pretty full stack of VOLO members. VOLO was exceptionally helpful in being nimble, and when we didn't know what we needed next, just kind of having someone stand by to jump into that role and try to fill it, that's where I think VOLO became a great match for us. We would say, well, we don't know if we have funding yet. We might if we have funding, we're going to need to start up and ramp up very fast. So VOLO kind of got everybody on deck and prepped and ready in case we got that funding. And when we did, everyone was ready and on board. So I think just hearing us, understanding our product, and really just being there to listen and get ready for what's next was how VOLO was exceptionally helpful. In the very beginning, we had a small team, VOLO, and now throughout the years, it's kind of grown and gotten smaller and grown and gotten smaller based on the project needs. I know that sometimes people will be a little leery about working remotely. We aren't. For us, me personally, I've worked remotely since 2003. In my last life, I ran a design agency and then moved to Europe and was not able to meet face-to-face. So we worked via Skype in 2003. And what I found then that we applied here is that if you don't limit yourself to a geographical destination area, you get talent that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So we were excited to work remotely. We were excited to work with you guys because of your background and kind of the color that and your experience has brought to us. We get to work with experts from wherever they are. And so our entire team is now full of these experts because we're not limited by area. Yeah, challenges, I mean, there's always a time zone challenge that's always to be expected. Our team in the States is across the country, so we have that time zone challenge. But that was easy to overcome just by managing expectations, and we work on Slack, so very open communication flow. made that a non-issue. So that's been great. As far as other challenges, just startup challenges, our clients come to us and say, oh, I know we told you we want this, but why doesn't it do this? And then we have to decide if we're going to provide it for them or tell them, no, that's not what we agreed on. VOLO has been very patient with that process and understands that process too. Sometimes you have to give to the customer to get to the next step. And VOLO has understood that from the start. So those challenges have been very easy to overcome. I feel I've met VOLO, the team, in person for the first time about an hour ago when I flew into Armenia. And I feel like I've known them my whole life. I feel like I've been supported by them through thick and thin. I mean, we hugged and it was like their family. And the reason that is because we have been through thick and thin. We've had projects fail throughout the process. We've had projects start and stop again. We've had to bring on team members. We've had to lay off team members. And every time that happens, you know, there's a personal ownership that you can tell that the team has when a project that we've worked together so hard on doesn't move forward. And then there's also a real big excitement when it does, when it comes back and we say, all right, we're ready to do this. Everyone jumps right on board and is excited because this is what they've built with us. So I don't feel like VOLO is an outside team. VOLO is part of our team. I mean, we're all a team together, and I have felt that from day one. There are clients that would come to us with problems that we would say, oh my gosh, I don't know how we're going to do this. And everyone's like, no, we could do this. We'll figure this out. And that has brought us to the next level with those clients. So without a team like that, without a team that's going to actually think about it and say, no, we're not stopping here. We're going to make this work. We're going to get to the next level. And it's always we, right? This is what we need to do. And they'll tell us too, like, hey, you need to do this so I can do this. And that's leveled us up over and over. I don't know why you wouldn't work with a company that works like VOLO does. Someone that actually listens to your problem, understands your problem, comes up with solutions to your problem, understands when you say, well, I don't think that's a good solution to the problem. And they say, okay, maybe not. But there are times where you say, oh, I never would have thought of that. So absolutely, I would recommend VOLO. I can't imagine working any other way. I think any team would benefit also by having a remote team instead of an in-house team in many ways. It's a lot more nimble. It's a lot lighter on the company, I think. And I think you can actually just kind of get more done, especially during the startup phases when you don't really know what you need yet.